All right, just a quick video just to show you how you can utilize this test tracker that I've put together. So I will have a README section there, which is going to include a link to this very video as well. So if you want to play this back, but essentially what we have is we have an all-in-one CISSP tracker. So this tracker is focused on tracking just the assessment test at the end of the all-in-one CISSP certification guide. It's not going to be used to track the individual tests, and the reason being is because we have a CISSP official cert guide tracker here, and this one's going to be used to track the assessment as well as each chapter. So you can see here, this is all chapter 1, and then you've got chapter 2 all the way down covering each chapter. So let's just focus on the all-in-one CISSP tracker for the time being. So both of them are fairly similar, however just slightly different, so I'll explain both. So you've got, for the all-in-one CISSP, you've got all the questions up to 142. That's the assessment questions at the end of the book. What you do is you put in, if you're using this tracker, you would read the questions in the book, and then you'd put the answer or what you think the answer is for each question all the way down there. And then once you've done that and completed the test, what you can then do is actually run through the answers in the book and then grade them either 1 or 0. So 1 is correct, and if you enter 1 into the field, it will automatically change the field green, and 0 is for incorrect, and it will change the field to red. And you do that all the way down until you have finished looking at the answers for each question. Now, as you're going down, actually doing the answering the questions, before you actually grade it, we've got a confidence level that you can use. So this is really used to gauge how you feel realistically about each question that you're answering. Do you feel confident? We've got improved confidence. So there's 3 confidence levels here, as you can see. So we've got not confident, improved confidence, which means I got it right, but it was more of a guess. So I need to review the content and answer again in the next round. Or if you're totally 100% confident, you can type in confident. So whichever one you write in, it's going to change the color to the appropriate color. So confident is going to be green. So that's basically saying you can answer this question correctly 100% every single time, and you also don't need to review the content for that. Improved confidence, as I just elaborated on, that's going to be more of a guess, so you may need to review the content. And if you type in not confident, then that's going to change the field to red. So once you've done that and you've finished all the tests, you can then obviously review the content or choose to review it if you feel that you need to review it. So make a note once you've reviewed the content, or if you've not, then you can just type yes or no. That's basically just a guide for you to remember whether you've reviewed the content as well before the next round. So you can see we've got round 1, we've got round 2, we have the same sort of grading system for round 2, and also we have round 3. So it's basically set out so you get 3 attempts to show that you've improved your confidence and improved your understanding of the questions that are being answered from the questions in the book. Now for each round, at the end of each round, you count up how many you've got right. So let's say, for instance, you got 60 right out of a total possible of 142. You can see that it's going to change the percentage accordingly. So you can see that's equivalent to 42%, which is essentially a fail if it's not over 70%. Now we can see if we change it to 80, we can see it moves up now to 56%, but it's only changed to orange because it's not over 70%. And then lastly, if we changed it to say 100, that's bang on now 70%, so that's classed as green. So now that's technically a pass. And then obviously if you change it to 142, then you've got a total percentage there of 100. So that's basically how that one works. Now if we move across to the CISSP official cert guide tracker, it's fairly similar. So we've got 3 rounds again, just like the last one. So the only difference is here it's split up into the assessment test and every individual end of chapter test as well, so you can actually go through each one of those. And then down on the right hand side here, again, we've got a similar grading system, and it's also graded from red to orange to green, being over 70%. So you can see here, say for chapter 1, the first time got 10 out of 20, so that's 50%. Over the second time round, you can see that in this example, we've reviewed all the content in round 1. We've then attempted the questions again at a later date or the same date once we've reviewed the content, and then we've answered those as well. And we can see there that we've now got a more improved confidence. So you can actually see the difference between the first time we tested to the second time, and then if you choose to do it a third time, you can also see the difference then. So ideally what you want to be doing is you want to be making sure each round, or you're not kind of leaving each round unless it's green. So you really want to be scoring over 70% before you're actually comfortable with each section before moving on to before actually closing this down and not coming back to that chapter, should I say. You can also run through, I mean, it's totally up to you how you run through it anyway, but the way that I did it was I would do each chapter for round 1. I'd review the relevant content in the weaker areas. So let's say, for instance, chapter 1, 50% the first time round. So I'd go back to this chapter first to review this chapter because that was potentially the weakest area. And then I would do that round 2 test before then looking at my second weakest area, which say might be chapter 8. And then I'd review chapter 8 and then go through it that way until I was confident and comfortable with each one. This is just an example, but this just shows you sort of the process. So I just wanted to do this video because I wanted to really show you how the sort of theory behind it. So feel free to use this and make use of this and modify it how you wish, but I hope that it helps you along with your CISSP studies.